because, as I mentioned before, the hope for the future is our young people, obviously. And we started 3 years ago a speech competition. Our national board member Anna Metcalf was instrumental in making that happen, and it's been a huge success. And we have been blown away each year by the people who put themselves forward to speak. And we're very delighted. Joining us today is the 2018 speech competition winner, Bella Hosking. Bella is a student at Baradene College, and I just want to tell you a little positive story that after the speech competition, she went on to form a feminist club at Baradene College. So it's my great pleasure to ask you to introduce you.
Feminism has become a dirty word. A word people struggle to even say out loud, much less identify with. A word that has become synonymous with obnoxious, hairy-legged, man-hating lesbians. I thought I would add to the controversy that surrounds feminism and actually challenge the movement. Is this classification the best way to achieve equality? Or is there another option that can reach the goals of the feminist movement while including everyone? So, just for provocation, 125 years on, we all need to be feminist, humanists. Have I just made this phrase up? Possibly. Do I think it has the power to solve the gender imbalance? Absolutely. You see, the problem with feminism is not only that it is deemed an ism, alongside racism, terrorism, and sexism, all terms associated with discrimination, but also the fact that it is mistaken for an ideology, something you either believe in or you don't. The very definition of the word feminism is the advocacy for women's rights on the grounds of equality of the sexes. And no, this isn't something anyone gets to choose if they believe in or not, because women's rights are human rights, and that part is not up for discussion. Right now, women don't have the same opportunities as men, and we are raising our girls in a society where their brothers will have a much smoother road to success. But while we've established that feminism is an important facet for equality, it is equally as important that we don't forget women aren't the only people affected by this patriarchal society. Men and boys too are negatively impacted, and this needs to be addressed before we reach this ideal of an equal society. This is where being a humanist comes into my equation. While we're fighting for the rights of women everywhere, we're also appreciating that men are placed under societal pressures and standards too. And in order to achieve a world where we can dress our boys in pink, or our girls in blue, or screw it all and dress them both in yellow, we need to pursue equality for all genders and not just women. You see, sex is biological, but gender is not. Masculinity and femininity are entirely constructed products of an old world society, terms that just haven't adapted over time. These categories that everyone is subject to aren't intuitive, but rather appear so, because we raise children by these unspoken ideals and teach them that if they don't conform, they are outcasts, something no kid ever wants to be. Our society feeds this hypermasculinity, which isn't natural like many think, and in turn this social construct of how a man should behave, strong and dominant, leads to the oppression and discrimination of women. The term, the very phrase, like a girl, has become so negatively associated, as though being a girl is not something to be proud of, as though it's some sort of misfortune, as though we drew the short straw. Like a girl is now an insult, like a boy is not. And this perfectly sums up the gender discrimination that has come as a result of this hypermasculinity our society feeds. We need people who treat women as their equal, who consider both equally skilled men and women for the promotion, who pay dollar to dollar. But alongside this, we also need people who encourage men to show emotions, who don't undermine a man's masculinity if he chooses to prioritise his children over his career, who who don't raise their boys with the mentality that boys will be boys. To do all this, we need to be feminist, humanists. Feminists, because right now the fight is for women's rights. Humanists, because we need to rid the idea that we must conform to gender stereotypes. We need to strip the idea that feminism is about emasculating men and replace it with the truth that it is about empowering women. Gender inequality is not self-correcting, and the solution is not to give it time. Change needs to happen, and there is no better time than now. Thank you.